All right, welcome everybody to the Play the Serial Dota podcast to the episode
Why you
6.
start, man?
Because you are never ready, bro. Like, as usual, with me, Mr. Tiger, hello,
Hello.
and Mr. Liberty, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you guys doing this beautiful evening?
I'm not ready yet, man. Why you put me on the spot like that?
I'm asking overall. Liberty can
Okay.
start.
Hiya. I'm good. I'm doing alright, yeah. Um, busy with work and everything, but otherwise fine. You know how it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you 100%.
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay,
doing good.
nice.
Wait,
Uh,
but I do have to bring up a point that I would like to. I'm having a
Please,
go with.
please do. The floor is yours.
So I'm going on holidays again, and that has nothing to do with what I'm going to say. I just want to share that with everyone. Um, I am doing the All Hero Challenge in Dota, and I am stuck on Anti-Mage because I do it in Turbo, and I have a bit of a conundrum. I think I've tried 3 or 4 times so far, maybe 5.
Your dilemma
Uh,
is: do I keep playing this or do I just delete Dota or what?
yes, I've had 5 attempts rather, and I've lost all of them. And in the first 4 attempts, I decided to go Battle Fury to try to farm, as you do on Anti-Mage generally. I think it would be like a normal item. And I went 3-1, but my team kind of lost the game and probably tilted because I was Anti-Mage.
But
I had
okay. Why you go Battle Fury and Turbo actually?
Right. So this is the conundrum that I come up with. So then, and I don't know if this is like, so I go Battle Fury just because like push lanes, whatever. Every game I end up being kind of behind and like trying to like push out lanes and cut waves and stuff like that and making the game really hard for myself. In the most recent game, I didn't go Battle Fury. I went, I went like Ring of Health still just for the lane, and then I went Treads into Yasha Manta, into Scatty, into Basher, into Butterfly, and Vanguard with the aim to make the Abyssal. And I feel like I personally did better. I was 6-2, and I had more like highest net worth on my team. But my team also had a Life Stealer that was 2-12, a Lich that was 1-9, a Bloodseeker that was 4-6, an Undying that was 7. So my question is, do you just try to like make a fighting build and go like Vanguard into Yasha? Like that seems like it could be the strong way to go. Or what do
Yeah,
you
I
do?
think it's like casual Vanguard could be good, but then you deal no damage, so then you go like Echo Saber, or you need like I don't know. A Turbo is so weird, man. You can even go Maelstrom on AM. Why not? I think it's better than Battle Fury. Faster, deals damage as well. Like casual Vanguard, I think it's good. Tankiness, build it into Abyssal.
Yeah, and you're probably going to get to the Abyssal in most games. So I guess like my question is like when everyone starts to fight, like so in Turbo, the laning stage breaks down around the same time, maybe a bit earlier, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes earlier, and then everyone starts to fight a lot. So that timing is like 8 to 12 minutes. So how do you itemize? I guess like I mean you can get like a 5 or 6 minute battle fury, right? But then then it's like the manta takes a while to form. And what do you need a manta? That's the question. Like what if you're getting silence? If there's a silence in the game, you kind of need to go for that manta, don't you?
No,
So
yeah,
then do you go like
Manta is bread and butter on AM. You have to go Manta every game.
So then do you go Vanguard into Yasha into like some kind of farming item if you don't need the Mantha right
I
away?
don't know.
And
It's Turbo, man. I really don't know, but like, I think you go. I would try. You can go Vanguard, Maelstrom, Echo Saber, and then Manta. I think you could try that. Why not?
mm, I think I'm gonna try Vanguard Manta next.
I think like going Manta first doesn't like the Manta only offers you anything because the Ilus are good. Like
Right.
you blink on someone Manta, and then you drain all his mana, blow him up. That's the idea of Manta. So if you go for it first, you don't have anything because you don't have damage, you don't have farming abilities. Like you will stagnate if you go Vanguard Manta for sure.
What about Vanguard Yasha and
No,
then go
too
back
still
for
too
it?
slow.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
Things
Echo
to try.
Saber is debatable, but like you can like one pseudo Battle Fury is too big of a farming item. Go Maelstrom, try that.
Right. Anyways,
That's what I would say.
we'll try it.
Yeah.
I would go Brave Band, Threads, Magic Wand, Echo, Manta, Abyssal, BKB.
Disassemble
I would not
the
listen to
Echo
Synergy at
Saber for
all.
the BKB.
What?
Disassemble the Echo Saber for BKB and Bloodthorn.
Yeah, later on, yeah.
I'll try both because it's gonna take me at least 3 or 4 more tries to fucking.
You don't have to like build Bloodthorn, but like Echo is way too good on Anti-Mage, especially in Turbo. Manta is just supporting the playstyle. Magic Wand because everybody is just casting a lot of spells, so it's free value. Threats obviously, Raven for stats, which you can replace way later, and then like just standard like Manta, Abyssal, BKB.
Understood.
That's what I would
All right.
try at least.
So that's how I'm doing. All right, Tiger, how are you?
I'm very good, especially after that story. AM, my favorite hero. Off to a great start.
Next, we're talking about.
Why are you
Darkseer.
laughing, man?
Because you have so many favorite heroes. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. But what's my true favorite hero, though?
Darkseer, like
What?
it changes every patch, but it's always
Yeah,
but
obviously, because
but
if
it's
the hero is fucking dog shit like Darkseer is right now, why would I like it? I mean, Darkseer is so much fun to play, but it's so fucking bad right now. Like, it was bad, and then, like, patching it, like, yeah, we're gonna make it even worse. Actually, I want to know, like, how many, what place is Darkseer on Dota, or Dota buff? It used to be 119, right?
I believe
Let's,
so, yeah.
yes. Ooh, it's 125th. Are there even that many heroes in Dota? They're 123, right?
127, no?
Really?
Maybe actually 125th. I will
No, it's
check.
115th, but still, it went out
Oh.
4 places. I just don't understand why. Because probably people were like, "Oh yeah, this could actually be good," but it's fucking shit.
Yes.
Yes, very much shit. Win rate went down. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Actually went down from 450, like a solid 50 to 49. Okay. It actually went down. I'm not even joking.
Well, we will get to it. Alright, first thing first, we don't have that many news that have been for the past week or two, except for a couple that we are gonna mention. The first thing is, I think, news that has been going on for around 4 days ago, something like that, and that is that multiple SEA teams failed to register their players for TI regional qualifiers. However, for now, the only team that we can be somewhat sure of is SMG. However, there hasn't been any official statement from Valve. I've tried to browse their Dota website, esport website, but there isn't a single thing mentioned about that either there. So what do you guys think? Like losing SMG means losing mid one, Ice Ice Ice. I think Afu is there as well.
I think most people are happy that mid one misses out. Isn't he a bit of a dick?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Really?
After the Ninja Boogie incident, I think everybody kind of thinks that mid one is a dick. Yeah.
Okay, tell me. What?
Well,
I think I missed that.
I actually think we didn't cover that in the podcast because it was kind of in between episodes. But essentially, what happened was that like SMG was supposed to go on a bootcamp, right? And Ninja Boogie just asked for 1 day off, that he's gonna be delayed on the bootcamp for the day, because his mother was in a hospital in very bad condition and essentially, unfortunately, died. Uh, and then he received information that he was kicked from the team immediately after.
Oh yeah, I heard that actually, yes, but I
Yeah,
couldn't remember.
yeah. So
Okay,
so yeah, and obviously, like mid one is not a team owner, if I'm aware, but he is deciding of like the roster changes and stuff. So it's kind of very unfortunate
Yes.
situation for Ninja Boogie, and obviously kind of a dick move exactly. So yeah,
Okay, what a cunt.
And his
Yeah.
ice cubed is he's Singaporean, isn't he?
Ice is
Huh?
Singaporean, yes.
So he misses his chance to play in TI at home.
Yeah, and
Sad.
if the like I would say we can say it like rumors, right? Like if this is actually true, then yeah.
And if it's actually true, I can't even like. I don't know.
Well, to
Like,
be fair, they wouldn't have got out of the qualifiers anyways.
yeah, exactly. I don't think
TI
it mattered, to
TI
be honest.
T1 is going to win it.
I mean, looks like it. To be fair, they were considered on being top 4 in the qualifiers, which in top 3 seed would probably put them in in like the last chance qualifier.
Which they lose to a Western Europe team.
Probably yes, but you know,
Worth a
They get,
shot, yeah.
yeah,
get
worth a
fucking
shot, you
clapped.
know. But yeah. So any ideas from you guys?
I mean, to be honest, I can't be bothered. Like, about SMG. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know. It sounds so short-sighted. I know, but like, if that's the way they go around in their team, do they really have a shot? Does SEA really have a shot? I don't know. Don't think so.
Yeah. I think this is super unprofessional as an organization. I think like the least you can do is get your paperwork in order. It's the easiest thing.
Yeah.
You've done all the hard work in the graft, you've done promotions and marketing, you've got the players to agree to play, you've organized everything else, you've won some amount of games to be there. The least you could do is actually file the paperwork, and whoever didn't do it deserves to be fired. I'm serious. As we're talking of
No.
potentially
Yeah,
million,
I
it's a
know.
potentially millions of dollars on the line.
Yeah, for sure. I
Like, I'm not
mean,
saying they probably would have won TI, but like nobody said OG would have won TI, and they went through the fucking last chance qualifier or whatever it is, like the you know what I mean, the open qualifiers, and they ended up winning TI 2 times in a row, once from open qualifier. Nobody thought they were going to be the last place team. Even when they went and did it again, they were supposed to be very good. So you never know what's going to happen. Nobody saw Spirit coming to win like last year at the beginning of the tournament. You know, like once they got some momentum, sure, but like these teams come out of nowhere all the time, and it's like $40 million last year, and it's gone up by like 10 or 20% every single year. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's $50 million on the line, and whoever sponsors them, that organization will get a good healthy amount of that money as well.
true.
And now they get nothing.
And also, I think even the last place gets a couple $100,000, right?
Yeah, and also it's sponsorships, right? So like the way that
Yeah.
these organizations work is that they get paid by companies because they are visible. The companies pay them money so they can like be sponsored by them, so they can like show off their brand,
Yeah.
like use
Advertisement.
Alienware stuff, whatever. Exactly, yeah, and be associated with the players and stuff like that because that adds value and people want to, I want to buy the same mouse as fucking No Tail or something like this, or I want to drink Red Bull because he does, or whatever it is. So when you're not on the biggest tournament of the year because you didn't file paperwork, you're going to lose sponsorship as well. I wouldn't give them any money if I was a sponsor of theirs. I'd be really pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if the organization folds. I don't know anything about it. That's completely bullshit that I'm saying. So
All right. Anyway, let's
I
move on.
mean, we were used to you talking bullshit, but
yes,
is it for sure that they're out?
No, like I said, like it's not for sure. Like there isn't an official statement anywhere, literally
Well, then
anywhere.
who cares? They're probably gonna get in, right?
Uh,
At least
Probably,
into the qualifiers, but still, it's not fair if they would. But it wouldn't surprise me either.
probably, yeah. Like I guess so. Yeah. But we will only have to wait and see till the actual qualifiers.
Yeah.
Okay. Move on from this and the last news, like very quickly because we do have other stuff to talk about a lot.
Really, we do.
Yeah,
Since when?
which is that if you guys remember in the episode 2, my amazing laugh on Tiger's note that Mr. Smurf has 10 deaths on a Meepo, guess what? That guy was live banned on a Twitch. I know I've sent you guys the clip. It was very funny. It was very funny and actually very nice to see it. To actually someone get banned straight up on the stream. It was pretty good. And that guy being angry, obviously. But yeah, uh, overall, not gonna dwell on it way too much. I think it is very nice that at least something is being done, even though it is absolute minority of this stuff happening instead of banning the Smurfs in larger amount. But still, at least something that we can have a laugh on at least.
Yep, very funny. I think I watched the video. Amazing times happens
Look at
live.
his face, man. Loser.
Yeah, pretty good.
Too bad it's in Russian, right? I would have loved to know what
I mean,
it actually states.
to be fair, it's actually I don't know if you know this, but like VEC ban in Dota is only for 10 years, which
Long
Okay.
like
enough.
to be fair,
You're not gonna come back after 10 years.
yeah, like obviously it is long enough, but I think it would be nice to see like an infinite amount of time. That would be even better, but yeah, still.
Wasn't there 99-year bans a while ago?
I am not sure. I know one of my friends got banned for a year and a half, and he quit Dota.
What did he get banned for? Smurfing?
Communication abuse.
Oh.
he was wa- he was way too toxic in his games, and then we finished the game, and we wanted to queue up, and then we saw the red banner around our party, and we were like, oh well, is someone is low priority or what? And then my friend started shouting, what the fuck? I have a ban for a year and a half.
And for communication abuse, you can get
Yeah,
that.
yeah. If you get way too many, like literally way too many, because he got like I don't know, because he got a ban to play rank for a week, and before that he had multiple like mute bans. Because that was also an old client of Dota. It wasn't Reborn. It was like the old client, old UI.
You can still get chat blocked or what?
Right now, I'm not sure. I think you cannot because, like, right now, how the chat block is solved is that you remember that when we start a game and then we look, yeah, someone is banned for us or like muted, auto muted. That's what happens in the chat block right now. I think.
Okay.
Previously, it was just done the way that like you were just muted for everybody and that was it. Like you couldn't talk with them, you couldn't
Yeah, I
basically
know that.
anything.
I've
Yeah.
had that a lot.
I experienced that once myself as well. Yeah. And then he got a ban for a week, and then after that incident, he got a ban for a year and a half.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, at least one toxic shit less in Dota, so good at least. Okay, we are gonna move on from this. That will be the news for this past 2 weeks. Like I said, there hasn't been many, and we are gonna move to more recent stuff, which is ESL One Malaysia 2022. I know Liberty, you wanted to talk about it a lot, so you can start.
OG! That's everything. Some performance, man, honestly. Some team, like some organization. I know I'm a fanboy, blah, 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 but do you know what? Like, I think that they played really, really well. They had some tougher games, like going down to the lower bracket, but the way that they came back 3-0, like wasn't even close. I think they're holding strategy as well. I don't think that they show their best because we see it all the time. Where, like, I think they're smart enough that like they'll say, "Hey, let's try our plan C and our plan B." It's like ESLs and majors, and then or even D, and then if we lose and go to lower bracket, we might try to step it up with like the next step up or whatever. Maybe it's just them evolving in the game, but like I do think they're gonna break the meta in TI. Obviously, that's still being figured out now, obviously with the patch. But I just think that they'll have pocket strats. They've always done it. Um, yeah, that's it. I mean, like it's really cool to see them play. I'm a big fan. I think Taiga is probably the best player on that team overall. Just does so much work. But yeah, what do you guys think? Everything. Nobody else. No other teams matter.
That's a bald statement.
Bald or bold?
Bald.
So that has no hair.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's so like I don't know. OG. I don't know. I'm an OG fanboy as well, but I don't know. Like PS. Obviously, I think uh, what's it called again? PSG LGD was they were in there, right?
No, they weren't.
No.
Yes.
That says a lot as well because like they weren't there. Other teams not being there. Obviously, OG stepping it up, throwing Aster. But looking at the teams, isn't OG the clear favorite in all the teams that are actually there, or is that just
No.
me? In my opinion, they are.
Oh, yeah. At that, I think them and Aster are like for sure up there.
Yeah,
The fact that
Yeah,
Secret
exactly.
was in the upper bracket final says about the quality of the tournament, in my opinion.
I mean,
Like, it
like
wasn't
the
the highest
secret
quality
against
tournament.
OG was a really dope series. Like, it was really good. But still, like
Which one? The first or the second? The second
the
one.
first, the first, the first, obviously. The second one is. I don't even think I watched that.
2-0.
Yeah,
Not much. Not much things
but it
to
shows
say.
character on secret as well, right? Like if they did 2-1 OG in upper bracket, but then I don't know, they lose 4 games in a row. With secret being done
Hmm.
from the tournament. Rough, but still, like OG's clear favorite. I'm happy they won. Don't get me wrong, but also like some teams not being there, Nigma being there, Keck
Mm. Alliance.
Alliance, yeah, as well. Thunder Awaken, Talon.
That's what I was about to mention. Alliance didn't disappoint. 2-8 final score. Got out of groups.
Didn't disappoint. But it's all like Liquid going out first round. That's like,
That was very disappointing. Yeah.
but even though like their group, like with Boom, Nigma, not that they're weak teams, but in my eyes, Liquid is better than those two teams. Like any team is better than Nigma, but still,
Yeah. Also, what do you think about the tiebreaker that was decided by the 1v1? Do you think that's good or
no, I think that's stupid.
yeah?
I didn't even know that until you mentioned it. I'm seeing it right now. Yeah, yeah, that's
I
dumb.
kind of liked it, but I didn't at the same time. I think it
It's
could
a
have been.
1v1 what? Like SF mid or something or what?
Yeah, SF mid
Yeah.
with current rules, which means the runes don't spawn, which has been like a small controversy, I guess, around the community
Sumail's bottle.
because yeah, because Sumail bought a bottle and then in 2 minutes runes there wasn't anything spawned, which in rules it says that the first set of runes doesn't spawn, which technically should mean the bounty runes and not the water runes, but it counts as bounty runes as well as the first water runes, and then at 4 minutes there is a first set of runes, so that's effectively two sets of runes that are not spawning. And he lost because of that for like 100% because he invested into bottle, which he used 3 charges and then Sia, and then Armel just bought way too many salves. He bought like I think 4 salves and 9 mangoes.
I mean, that's how you play 1v1 mid, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
like,
how.
it's not the fact
Yeah,
that Sumail doesn't know that. I like the change up. That's they're like different, but then I don't know, like 1v1 mid. I don't. They're not on the same level, especially when Sumail doesn't know the rules either, or is not aware of how it works.
yeah.
Because
Like
did they know this when the tournament started? Okay, tiebreakers are
yes,
1v1 mid, because then you
yes,
can learn it. Then it's stupid from Sumail to not know that.
yeah. I agree. But to be fair, if I would be playing that, I would also think like I wouldn't probably buy the bottle. First of all, I wouldn't be even there, but whatever. And like I would say that the first set of runes is the bounty runes and not the water runes at 2 minutes. I would actually think that as well.
I mean, does the power rune at 6 minutes spawn as well, or not?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
then the power rune shouldn't spawn either,
yeah. It does.
right? Because it's also the
According
first set of power runes, right?
Yeah, according to the very, very old rules, like the very old rules, the 1v1 mid was without runes completely. That was the very, very old rules. Then they have been changed multiple times, and right now it's this way, which, I mean, whatever. Like, you just lost. It was a 1v1 mid. In my eyes, it is fine if it is a tournament which is like non-official from Valve or something like that. You know, if it's not like major or TI or something like that, I would
It
I would
doesn't
say it's
that doesn't
fine.
matter. There's still $400,000 on the line. Like people should know their stuff, especially Nigma, who hasn't been anywhere this entire 4 years now. Like, get your act together. Like, you should know this, right? Like, Shamil should know this. It's your freaking job.
Yeah.
It's literally your job. Like you're a pro Dota player, you know that you play into a tournament where the rules are known beforehand. Like if they are known beforehand, then you should know this. You're the mid player. Like we all know Samil's one of the used to be one of the best mids in the world, if not the best. You should know this. Even though it got changed, you should know it's like fact. Sorry, but like that's just the way it is. Like
I'm not
That's
defending
just the
anything.
way it is.
I'm
Oh yeah.
I'm not defending anything. I'm talking about like the 1v1 in general, overall, as a tiebreaker.
mean, I like to change up. Like I would best of one would have been better, I think, just like competitive wise, because
Yeah.
like this matchup, I don't think it's a fair matchup. But still, no, I'm not the biggest fan of Armel, but like Shumail's nowhere near his level that he should be or was. And I like it. I like the fact that they changed things up a bit, but I don't know, like just yeah, that's it. Just yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
The last thing I think we can mention to this is that yeah,
You're a black African American
the
woman in hindsight.
no,
Oh.
that the OG decimated Astra 3-0 in the grand finals. Astra got into there by winning against Secret in upper bracket final 2-0, and then Secret lost in lower bracket final to OG 2-0. So
Yes.
all right. The next thing we can talk about briefly is the TI regional qualifiers that are going to be happening next week, specifically for NA, SCA, CIS, EU, etc. So I think we can all agree that probably the most stacked and the most competitive is going to be EU West,
Yes.
100%.
South America might be.
Yes, I like that.
South America. All
I
right.
mean,
South of
what's
South America
the
is the
definition of
quali.
a competitive? If they're all terrible, then it's still competitive, right?
I mean, South America is the region where you could actually join as well, right, Liberty?
Well, I don't know about that. It might be a bit good for them. Hey, hey, Crusader, Brian. Just kidding.
Whoa!
Just kidding.
All right.
Synergy.
Yeah.
Okay, stop talking.
All right. Go on.
Guys, I just looked at my I just looked at my girlfriend, and she's just like smiling, and like I basically know what's running through her head as she listens to me. She's like, "Have you seen that Simpsons meme where they're in the car and they point out the window and they're like, nerd." That's exactly. You have to put that up on the screen when we edit this, please, Mr. Synergy. She basically was like listening to me be like, "I can play. I'm a Crusader." And she can't stop smiling now, even though she's trying to. Yeah, that's right. Fold that laundry.
I remember that.
Just kidding. I'm
That's right.
sorry.
I will.
That's right.
Ow!
I will include that there for sure. Yeah.
Go on, Mr. Synergy.
Okay, so for the EU, Liquid, Entity, Secret, Nigma, Alliance, Keck. I think that's pretty much it.
What
These four,
keck? Why are you keck at Alliance? Tell me that.
because they are bad.
Why are they bad?
Because they are like I don't know what you.
Are you gonna
what you
cut
wanna
this?
hear.
Because if you're gonna cut this, doesn't matter whether or not we talk about this.
I mean, we've talked about Alliance, I think, on 4 episodes of this podcast.
I mean, I changed my mind. Is that possible? Am I allowed to? I think
If you
Alliance, after
if
seeing the ESL One, amaze balls.
okay, so Tiger's prediction is that Alliance is gonna win the EU qualifiers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. That's true.
All right, you know what? If Alliance wins EU qualifiers, I'm gonna give you $100. Not even kidding.
100
And
American
look at
bucks.
Alliance is in upper
What's the
bracket.
currency that you'll pay him in?
$100.
Bitcoin. 100
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
100 Bitcoin, I'll gladly take. If not, then like, keep your money because I don't want your pity money.
No, it's
And
25 Czech crowns for $1, so overall around 2,500.
1 billion Czech dollars.
yeah, I take the two. No, obviously I'm kidding. I don't care about Alliance. I think either Secret or Liquid in theory, but after ESL One Malaysia, I'm not really that sure. Or obviously it's between classic Team Bald Reborn, Bald Statement, you know.
Yes.
I
Not
mean,
your boy's entity.
yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like, to be fair, I really don't like Pure,
I mean, I don't
but
care. I don't care. I don't have much affection for Pure. Like, I don't care about him at all. Be gone. Wouldn't matter
but
for me. But are they able to handle the pressure against like a team like OG or Liquid? Because at the end of the day, they're more experienced, right?
I mean, OG is not there, and then Liquid, like, I mean, I really would like to believe in
When
Liquid.
did I see it say OG?
Just
Just
now.
now,
I
you
did.
said OG. Yeah,
Yeah.
you said OG
Okay, I meant
Liquid.
secret or liquid. That's what I
Oh,
said, right? That's what I said in my
No,
head.
when Tiger says OG, he's not talking about the team. He's talking about
Yeah, the
himself.
true OGs, like
yeah,
He
the
the
means
true
old
OG.
guy that can't
yeah,
remember what he said 2 seconds ago.
yeah, exactly, man. No, I mean like Poppy, like Zayat, Rezo, Nisha, like Matuma Man, Zai, right? Like they're way more experienced and they like can handle it, should handle it. Where Entity, other than the major and ESL One, what LAN experience do they really have? Are they not getting figured out beforehand? Because there should be a lot of games played before you actually qualify, right? They can have upper bracket
Yeah,
quarterfinal, semi final, and then grand final is best of five. So there are a lot of games played. Are they gonna get figured out beforehand? Because at the major and ESL One, they did get figured out, right?
I mean, kinda, yeah. I really don't know because if I look at these teams, right, like Liquid, I would really so much like to believe in this roster. I really would, but I just
In
don't
Liquid,
think. Yeah,
yeah,
but I just like I
I
think that
just don't. Not
yeah,
anymore.
yeah, like I just don't, and I think that the fact that they left, like they allowed Taiga to leave and they kept Boxy, in my opinion, was the stupidest shit they could have done. On the other hand, obviously, like Taiga wanted to go most likely, so it's
I mean, you don't
just
know
stupid.
that. You don't know the
Yeah,
deeds.
yeah, like I don't know that. I'm just assuming, but like it's stupid to keep a player that doesn't want to play, right? But then still, like I don't think Boxy, like he's always proving to be really good in games, but I just don't think he's a great fit overall, specifically to Zai. Entity, I'm super scared because they they didn't look that good at all, and then suddenly for past 2 months they're fucking insane. You know, Secret, which to be honest everybody was kind of counting that they would just get through by points. They change up the roster over and over again. And then suddenly, guess what? Well, 78 DPC points, and we are in open qualifiers. And we had one good showing at Riyadh Masters with Rezo, and obviously Yabzor left, which is super huge because that
I
was
mean, he
the.
didn't leave, right?
I mean, he left on a medical occasions, so
Yeah, you don't leave. You don't.
it was like forced leave to the bench, quote unquote. So that is a huge part of their DPC losses, like DPC points loss as well. But like again, same stuff. Like for past few weeks, it wasn't like anything super astounding. Like it's not like the dominating secret that we are always seeing before the TI. At the TI, they always choke, but before the TI, they are always playing good. Or that has been the case for past years. And this year, nah. Nigma, like same stuff. Like they have probably like
So what
still
you're
good
basically what you're
players.
saying is that even though EUS has the best qualifier, they're still shit.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
because
Good to
like
know.
I no I really don't know because in my eyes like the way how I see it, I would really like for one of those top four teams to go, which in my eyes it's probably gonna be Entity, but I'm actually really worried because even though I see these names and stuff, I think it is actually decent chance to see like DGG or Into the Breach just like figure out the patch better than anyone and then just go. Like obviously the best of five at the end is gonna be something different,
It's
right?
gonna be a matter of its own, right? Could be.
Yeah, exactly. So there is where the experience would matter. At least I hope so. So, like teams like Liquid, Secret, Nigma, even Entity probably, if the situation would happen that like some of the teams like DGG Into the Breach would be there, it would still, in my eyes, probably favor the better teams. But I really don't know. What do you think about the EU calls?
I think they'll be interesting, but like I think they'll be bit of a bloodbath. But they'll be like I think you can predict the top 4 teams pretty pretty easily. So you were talking earlier about like the experience side of things for Entity, and I don't know. Like I'm not a huge fan of Pure. I don't really like rate that team. I think like man, before to be honest, before this tournament, I would have said like Liquid would have been a really strong favorite for me to come out of that. They didn't really show up, did they?
No.
No.
The last little bit. So I don't know. Like maybe what kind of like would you make a move? I guess you can't make a move. It's too
You
late now.
can't, like, not before
Yeah,
TI qualifiers.
Yeah, right now it's
yeah.
too late. Yes.
Kind of stuck with it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not allowed either, right?
You
Unless something
are
happened.
you are allowed, but that's exactly like you said. Like unless something like extraordinary happen, like a player is completely out, or you could have made the changes before the roster lock, which they didn't. So
Yeah, I think it'll probably be Liquid versus Team Secret, but I would say Team Secret will probably come out just with the experience.
okay. Regarding the qualifiers, the last two things I want to mention is the CIS, which is the VP or Outsiders, Bad Boom, Navi, and PacChem,
I
kinda.
mean, isn't that, like, is there competition in CIS?
I
I'm just,
mean,
like, literally, I'm seriously wondering.
I just don't know which of these like outside like VP or outsiders are probably the favorites there, but Bad Boom with Soneko, they were doing pretty good. Navi, same stuff. They were doing pretty good.
When? How? Where?
In DPC, I mean like Navi won the DPC the
I mean,
last year of
if
ESL.
TA can qualify through DPC point, everyone is doing good in DPC.
Whatever. Like I think that qualifiers is gonna be also interesting, and then obviously China. China is pretty fucking stacked. RNG, Extreme Gaming, IG, Aster
Well,
Aries, eHome, Vichy
with
Gaming.
Eastern Europe, I think that it's the same kind of situation. Well, there'll be 3 teams, but again, I think it comes down to like the like Bet Boom didn't show up in the last tournament we just saw, but they also traveled really far for it. So like, does that have an effect on them? Who knows? But Outsiders will definitely be the favorite coming out of that, and we'll see what happens if they can upset them.
Yeah. I
Bet
think if
Boom,
anyone but outsiders qualify, it would be upset.
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very well possible that they get kicked out as well, right? But I don't see it happening.
Yeah. And for the China, that's the one that I'm gonna be focusing on as well because I think that's gonna be pretty fucking interesting. Okay, we are gonna move on then from this, and we're gonna get to the main topic of this podcast, which is the new patch 7.32.
Sucks.
I hate it.
Hate it.
Okay,
Hate Dota.
go on first, guys.
I mean,
No,
we
you
went
first, Mr.
first.
Synergy.
Okay, then I'm going first. So,
No, I'll go first. No, I'll go first.
alright, then
No,
go.
you go first.
What about me though?
I mean,
You
Tiger,
never
you
want to go
always
Okay,
wanna
first.
go
Synergy,
last.
go first.
Thank you. Okay, so
It's super bad, man. Like it's. No, I'm
It's
kidding. Go.
early days. It's early days.
Yeah,
They always balance.
the first 2 weeks are absolutely trash, and then like people are getting a bit more familiar with the patch, right? And then like all the arguing games are a teeny tiny bit less, and then you can actually play Dota and judge the patch, right? Like so far, how many games did I play on it? Actually, more than I have in my mind, but like 8-ish. Why did they nerf Darkshare? Tell me that, please. I don't understand. Other than that, I think Sand Axe is the most stupid thing ever to come to Dota. People probably don't agree with me on that, but I definitely agree with myself on that one. Other than that, I still have to figure it out. I think patch was needed for sure. Because the same thing over and over again gets boring. I like the meta where there's I like the meta where there's like flavor of the month, right? Like a certain hero is good, but then another hero is good against that hero, and then another hero is good against that hero, so it changes. I think the last two tournaments were the same over and over. I definitely don't think that will be the case now. I like it. I always like patches until they come up with stupid things like sandbags. Other than that, I have to probably get used to it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I went first.
I mean, you're probably gonna add up some more information to each stuff that we're gonna talk about. Okay, Liberty, do you wanna go or should I go?
I don't know. Like I kind of touched on it before. I think that things will settle with the patch. I'm having a hard time personally with it, but yeah, I think things will settle down and I'll make a few adjustments. But I really like the last patch, so I think it's hard to compare because I think it was like one of the most balanced patches I've ever played.
I mean, the patch before this,
Mm-hmm.
I
But
hardly
Like
disagree.
731 or what?
I hardly
Yeah.
disagree.
I disagree with that as well, yes.
You hardly disagree, or you do
Yeah,
disagree?
I hardly disagree.
So you agree?
No,
He
no,
disagrees hard.
yeah,
That's what
No,
he means.
hard.
no.
Strongly disagrees. His
Yeah,
Yeah,
English is
hardly
very
means like
difficult.
hardly means not at all. Like I
Yeah.
hardly think that's funny.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, strongly disagree. I strongly disagree. Like that was one of the most boring patches ever because there has been only 12 heroes that have been OP and they were in every single fucking game.
Oh, okay.
Pudge.
Yeah, Pudge, Zeus, DP, all the time the same shit. I hated it. Sky in
Okay.
pubs, constant. Lion 5 all the time. Right
I
now?
don't think Lion 5 is strong. I don't think, did it get changed? Not, right?
No, 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 not really.
I like Lion 5. Especially the pub build.
Okay, I will summarize the main things that gonna happen when we move to heroes.
I mean, what's the
Uh,
point actually of the podcast? To learn something or to just give our opinion? Because if you want to learn something, past 5 line build is you rush blink and then you go Ags. If you like
don't
go
forget,
away from that build in any way, you've completely lost the game and it's all your fault.
don't forget about the shard.
No, it's after Ags.
Okay, to the main changes. Primal Beast was added to the Captain's mode. We've seen it a little bit on ESL One Malaysia, did really good. We've seen changes to XP. Basically, everybody is getting XP a lot slower. Uh, there has been a new creep added, which is since Dota 1, I think. Since we got a new actual creep to the game, which is a flag bearer creep, which if you kill him, you will get a certain bounty for him as well. It's a lot harder to kill him, gives 3 bonus HP regen to all surrounding units, blah 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 blah. Otherwise, one of the most important creeps within this entire game spawns since minute 2 every second wave and replaces one melee creep. Then the other main thing was that they moved or like reworked the dire jungle a little bit, specifically around the outpost. They moved the outpost and the bounty a little bit further and added more steps, which, to my observing, led to the fact that as a Radiant, you cannot effectively fight for the first bounty rune because it is just not possible thanks to the fact that those stairs are on a fucking 4 staff long range. So yeah, I've tried it multiple times. Unless you have 4 people, it doesn't work. Then there was a glyph rework, which I personally actually like. Not sure how you feel about it, guys. Basically, we have a starting glyph. After a first tower of each tier falls, except for tier 4s, we get a glyph refresh, which means we have one glyph, then after first tier 1 tower falls, we get a second glyph, then after first tier 2 falls, we have another glyph, and after first tier 3 falls, we have another glyph. Doesn't work for tier 4s, and now
Why not?
doesn't work it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
And
I know, but why? Like, I don't understand that.
I mean, to be fair, I think that will be probably kind of OP against like let's go quick finish, I guess, because it is 7 seconds. So effectively, you can get like 14 seconds fortify. It's 14 seconds on death timer of each of your heroes.
I mean, I
That's a
wouldn't
lot.
mind that. How many games do you lose because fucking people like you take one bad fight and you get clapped because you don't like people forget to buy after buybacks. I mean, it's their fault. Don't get me wrong, but still, as you as a decent Dota player that actually has buyback, you're fucked because of other people. I wouldn't mind the 14 seconds to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, technically, if you count with it the tier 3
Technique.
tower, yeah. If you count with the tier 3 tower, you have 21 seconds. If that would be the case, obviously. Which, like, in
Well,
my eyes, I
how do you
would.
have 21 seconds? You have 21 seconds when
Yeah,
the
you have.
tier two, the
No, you.
first tier two, right?
Yeah, but, like, let's say you lose a team fight, you already lost the tier 2 glyph, right? So you have first glyph on a tier 3, then you have another glyph after tier 3, and then you have another glyph after tier 4. That's 3 glyphs. That's
Yeah,
3 times
I
7
wouldn't mind that.
seconds. That's 21. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it either, but, that's just how it works. So yeah, those are the glyphs, not the
No glyph on tier
case.
4.
Yeah, no glyph on tier 4, and no glyph on
I mean, somebody get the Valve on
after
the line, change that.
after tier 1 tower dies. It's only for the first one that we get additional glyph. The passive income has been reduced by 15%, which, as a support myself in all the games, I feel quite significantly. And I think that's more of like the general changes. To items, BKB has been added 50 mana cost. Blade Mail was buffed by 1 second duration. It's the one worth mentioning. Dragon Lance has been nerfed because people have been using it to buy BKB or like disassemble it, buy BKB. Right now, you cannot do that because right now you require Blade of Alacrity and Belt of Strength and Recipe instead of Ogre Club or Ogre Axe and 2 bands of Elven Skin. Sorry. What else is there? Yule Scepter applies the what's it called?
Purge.
Purge.
Purge. Yeah, the
No Weatherman
purge
purge, you know.
after the cyclone.
Isn't it before the cyclone now?
No, it
It
is
used to be
after.
after.
Yeah, previously it was before. Right now it's after.
No,
No, no, it's the other way around,
other way
right?
around.
Yeah,
Purge is first and
Oh
then
yeah,
purge
cyclone
is
yeah.
after.
first.
Purge is first, and then yeah. Sorry,
I was like,
purge is first,
how is that a
and
nerve? It's
then it's
above, but it's
cycle.
the other way around.
I didn't say it's a nerf. I said it's
It's a
changing.
definitely like this is a nerve for Yule Scepter. The change for
Yeah,
sure.
I guess.
Pretty hard one at that as well.
Force stuff was buffed slightly. Glimmer same. Guardian Griefs, the recipe got increased, but overall change got less. Whatever. Hand of Midas is probably the interesting one, which after using it, it guarantees a neutral item drop. The lifesteal was changed to work only half on creeps on basically all of the items except for the neutral lifesteal item. Possessed Mask, I think it's called. Mech is 100 gold cheaper. Pretty good, in my opinion. Also, the cooldown was changed, like the restore cooldown from 65 to 50. And then Pipe of Insight got plus 3% aura magic resist.
It's
Refresher
pretty big,
Orb.
actually.
What?
It's pretty significant. That's a big percentage
Yeah, I
increase
agree.
for aura. That's up all the time. It's actually like notable. It's quite expensive, but in certain games, if you think about like the percentage increase that it is, so if you divide that, it's basically a 20% increase
Yeah.
in percentage, which is a lot.
Refresher Orb has been nerfed, cooldown increased by 10 seconds and mana was increased by 50, same as the Refresher Shard that can drop from, I think, either third or fourth Roshan from 0 to 200. And then I think Witchblade, slight nerf, -2 intelligence.
What do you think of Shadow Emblem that you have to keep casting it now?
Oh yeah,
15 seconds.
the 15 seconds duration
Why?
on Fate.
Why do you think they did that?
To go against the bullshit that people buy. Just go invest somewhere and stay there for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
Hmm.
That's the only reason.
exactly.
Because 15 seconds is like, for example, when you use it Crystal Maiden ulti. Some people don't finish Glimmer or Shadow Blade on Crystal Maiden. For example, Crystal Maiden, because the like you channel the ulti, you're not moving anyway. This 15 seconds is long enough for that, so you just change it for the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The only thing in this kind of nerfs, quote unquote, is like the I don't even want to say new strategies. It was very old when like you counted on enemies being bad, not put sentry before the high ground, and you just shadow blade like Shaker or SF or like Shadow amuleted Shaker or SF on the high ground, and the enemy just went high ground and you get free ult on all of them. That's very specific and very situational, of course.
And should never ever happen.
Exactly. The neutral items, new ones have been added. Some have been tweaked, some have been removed. Seeds of Serenity as a new tier 1 item gives 100 HP and provides in 350 AoE and 8 HP regen, which lasts 14 seconds and cooldown 40 seconds. My opinion, pretty good. Played with it. Seems very decent. The Lens
Hmm.
of Pursuit gives 200 mana and a passive Haunt ability, which if you attack an enemy that's turned backwards towards you, you deal extra damage and the person is slowed for 1 second per 12 or 6% depending if you are melee, it's 12, if you are range, it's 6%. What I wanted to say about the lens is that like it's pretty good for Ursa, for example. It's pretty good for Troll because you can use it in both ways. It's pretty good for Jug. It's
I think
very
it's
good
just
for
a
a lot
really
of
good item
heroes.
in general because it has also plus 200 mana. That's huge.
For course
And
it's
like,
absolutely insane. For supports it does nothing, but for course it's absolutely insane. Like for hero, for example, like Ursa, this is absolute insane
this
item.
is still good for some, like when you're trading. It's like as a support. Like for example, like if I'm a Jakiro and I hit someone with my slow and they can't trade with me, they have to run away, and then all of a sudden they're slowed even more, and I'm just fucking hitting them for extra damage as well. That's
Yeah,
huge, huge for
yeah,
trading. But the
Yeah,
laning
but
stage will probably be breaking down at that point, anyways. But still,
I mean,
and early this could win the lane easily. But I think the next item is actually the best item of all of the group. 5 all stats, and then each time they're attacked, they gain a stack of plus 5 mana regen, up to 5 stacks. 2.5 mana regen is no joke.
especially on Timber. Like this is specifically Timber item.
Does this work on creeps? When creeps hit
Mm,
you?
I mean, it doesn't says it's not, so I assume it is.
Cool.
But overall, like for any offlaner, this is pretty good, I think.
Do you know what
Or like
items?
overall for any like sort of going in first tankish hero.
Do you know what item is hot garbage?
No.
Eye of the Visor, plus 125 cast range, minus 20% mana. I think there's probably like fucking 5 heroes that it's good on, and I can't think of any of them. I'm sure you guys can, but I think this is like I know 125 cast range is pretty good, but like there's not that many supports that want to have their mana pool cut by a fifth for that.
I
When
don't think
I
there like what hero is there I can't that likes that over cast range. I don't think there is any.
when
I'm just
I
trying. I don't know. Maybe somebody that has like really high mana regen or something.
when I saw this, the only hero I thought about was Rubik actually.
No, I still don't agree with Rubik. You struggle with mana as well, especially when you're casting Fate Bolt Lift and then the spell you steal. Then you're minus 20% max mana. I don't like it. I wouldn't get
Potentially
it.
CM, potentially, but like it's still not great. Like I
Oh.
personally, every time I see this item, I don't even consider it. But like just CM because of the mana regen is there and the cast range is really nice. But like even still, not even.
CM has 0 mana pool. I've tested it on Robeck if you have
Yeah,
Magic
that's what I'm
Wand.
saying. You have
If you
0 mana
have-
pool, so you lose less as a percentage wise,
I mean,
right?
yeah, but then
20% of less is less.
if you go Tranquils on CM, you can only cast Ult, Nova, and Frostbite, and you're out of mana. With Magic Wand, let's say. With Robeck, I've tested it. If you have Arcane Boots and Magic Wand, you can cast Fate Bolt, Telekinesis, Spell Use Steal, and another Fate Bolt, and then you have, I think, like 90 or 80 mana left. But
Yeah.
that was like the only hero that I could see is it's good on. Like the 20% mana, it is max mana. I couldn't see any other hero that could use this, to be honest.
I mean, I agree with Liberty. I think it's hot garbage. I wouldn't pick it up on any hero. I'm not even joking. I wouldn't pick it up on any hero. I don't think it's worth the cast range.
I can
Nope.
agree. The
I think it'll get
specialist.
tweaked.
Yeah.
I don't understand who came up with the concept of it either. That's
Twenty
stupid.
percent is way too
Yeah,
much.
I think it would be like 10%, maybe like less, like 8. That would be probably more proper, but or like reduce it, like give it 10% and then have like 90 cast range or 100 cast range. I think that would be probably
I
okay.
like the idea behind it. Like I like the idea of like getting something cool, but like having to pay a price for it. You know, like I like
Yeah.
the concept of like what they're trying to do here, but the actual concept is not good. But yeah, I would consider this for 10% mana easy.
I don't like. I don't know. I still don't think so.
Some heroes you don't have mana problems on after a certain point in the game.
I mean,
Like
after a
after
certain
the opening
point,
wave.
yeah, but aren't there better items in that case?
Yeah.
Usually?
Well, depends. Like if there's like for example, like a whole bunch of offensive or like stat based or damage based tier 2 items that come down, which is possible. Like there's quite a few of those. Then this might be the best option for a caster at that point. At 10% maybe. Potentially. I miss my keen optic though. I love that item.
That was really good. The next new item is the specialist array. Pretty good.
I think this is broken on like any farming hero basically. Like I would put this on my core to farm with or whatever. I don't think it needs to be on a range. I don't even think that range is that
Yeah,
good.
well, I would pick this up on any melee carry or any
Yeah.
melee damage dealer, right clicker.
Or any like even ranged as well. Like even like a fucking drow or something would love
I
this.
mean, yeah, but it's even like it's super imba on Drow. I mean, your right click damage is huge, but I still mean like even though you're not a range hero, it's still super good because 8 stats with 10 damage, you get 18 damage off a tier 2 item.
Yeah,
And
and you get
8
potentially
8 stats. What
attack
item gives
speed,
you?
armor, health regen, mana pool, like everything.
Yeah, but what other item gives you 8 stats at like 17 minutes into the game?
Well, what's a orb give you? 10 of everything,
Yeah, and
and
it's
that's how much gold?
2K, 20, like 2050, like 2K50.
So
There's 21 even on the ultimate orb.
pretty busted.
Yeah.
If you don't get this in your games, then you're losing.
Yes. If you think this item is hot garbage, delete Dota.
What do
You
you
don't
think,
even
Synergy?
want you here.
Okay, the Dagger of Restu is the next one. I think that is
What do you think of the specialist array, Synergy?
pretty bad. I mean, I already said I think it's pretty good. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's way better on range carries, of course.
Of course, yeah.
But overall, I think it's pretty good. It's just you make everybody a gyro.
Is there okay? So I just want to like we know it's good stat wise. Let's talk about the passive for a sec because I think that's what we like is kind of a cool thing too. Is there a way to abuse this? So these two projectiles that attack additional targets does not proc attack modifiers. So late game, is there a case where like in a team fight this could be better than like some of the level 3 items or level 4 items that are out there? Like potentially this could be a tier 4 item. in the late game if you have like super damage on a ranged hero. No.
Mm, I'm not sure. I still
I
think
doubt
like
it.
tier 4 items are probably better. I mean, like if you compare it to, for example, something like and now I forgot the name of the item.
Havoc Hammer.
Pentage Sword. If you
Right.
compare it to Pentage, I think Pentage is probably better.
You
Not
compare it to
damage
Havoc
wise.
Hammer.
Not damage wise. Let's say like for argument's sake, you do
No,
100. Like yeah.
I mean, damage wise, probably not, depending obviously, but or like not depending. Yeah, I would agree. Probably like damage wise, probably not, but the it's not break, right? But it applies something similar.
No, it gives you extra attack range.
Maim the Pentatch
Pentage.
gives Maim, like it slows
Yeah,
you for
yeah,
like what,
yeah, yeah,
like 15% or something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so but like from a damage standpoint, we said what does this give you? 8 all stats, so 18 damage, and the Pentage was it 45 damage or
Yeah.
Yeah.
so just pure like I'm a single target. Yes, this is another argument for sure. 100%. I get the Pentage single target melee core. This is probably the best item in the game. But if you're ranged and you get now 18 damage times 3, let's say in
Yeah,
a
but
team fight.
that's if it were not to have a cooldown, I would agree because it would be super broken. But it has a cooldown, in which case is
Ah, yeah.
yeah, you get 3 attacks out. But when you have the cooldown again with Pentatch Sword, for example, since we're talking about how much more damage could you've got getting out, right? So
Yeah. So if you'd play, you could put this potentially, yeah, but tiny,
I
some
think it's
slow
the best.
attacking
I think
range
it's the
hero.
best tier 2 item, if like one of the best, if not the best tier 2 item.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot about the cooldown. I was trying to like theory craft and saying like if you had like 100 damage already, and then that would be multiplied by like 3, like it'd be multiplied by 2 or 3 actually. So the original and the 2 extra hits plus the extra damage, like 220. But you're right that you do more damage with 45 because you'd be hitting every few seconds ideally. But yeah, fair enough. Okay.
I mean, like, just one more note to it. I mean, I think you are kind of on the right like point. I think this item has a potential to be super fucking broken, because like I can see a scenario where like in late game you have rapier and you have 2 neutral items. One you have in backpack, and then you have this one equipped on a range hero. You just attack once with this. That's free 600 damage at least. Or sorry, free 900 damage at least, and then you just swap in the other neutral item. Like I can see
Yeah, like on
this.
a sniper.
Sounds like too much trouble, to be honest.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I mean, like I still think like probably the best hero for this one is Gyro. I think,
No drought.
but yeah.
yeah, Medusa.
Yeah, Drow or Medusa. Those like
No,
this
no, not
item is sick.
Medusa, not Medusa.
Yeah, this item is sick on Dusa. You want stats, you want damage, and you split
Yeah,
shot
yeah, yeah.
already. You get
What
two
about
plus 2 split
Enchantress?
shot that deal like 2 additional split shot. Well, you're not one
No,
that. I
no,
mean,
no, no. I don't think so. Split shot is unique attack modifier, no?
oh yeah, but then you can like disable it and then use it one attack and then enable it again.
Yeah,
Like I think
because you
it's
don't get.
pretty good. And you have high base damage. Same goes for Drow, and on Gyro you don't really have that much that high base damage.
Yeah.
Morphling?
Yeah,
Stack
same.
utility and then bam.
Yeah, exactly. Like the edgy range heroes, this item is super good on.
The other new item, the Dagger of Ristul, in my opinion, is pretty bad. Gives 10 attack speed, and when you activate it, it's like Soul Ring, consumes 100 HP to give you 40 attack speed.
For the attack damage.
Oh, yeah.
I think this item is really good. I would put it up there with Specialist Array. I
Yeah.
think it's really good because 40 damage as a tier
Oh,
2
no, no,
item
no,
for
no. It's not. Wait, it says.
40 attack damage. Temporary gain 40 attack damage for 8 seconds on a 30-second cooldown. I think this is one of the best tier 2
I think
items in the
this is a
game.
good farming item.
Yeah, also a good fighting item. Like heroes like for example CK.
Yeah, they don't
Like
care about 100 health.
yeah, exactly. And you care about 40 damage. You just pop that thing and you fucking blow somebody up. It's
Crit,
17
yeah.
minutes in, you have armlet. You don't like the 100 HP. You regen in what 2 seconds. Just
One
blow
hit.
somebody up. Just plus 40 damage, and you just take the fight from there, right? I think this item is amazing. Like seriously, like I think it's amazing on Void as well because with 40 damage, like you chrono people, you're under less threat of actually dying, and 40 damage helps you kill someone in Chrono, which
and
previously wouldn't.
and you like the attack speed.
Yeah, exactly. But it's attack damage, so it's not. And oh
No,
yeah,
but
but
you
that's
like
not
the
plus
attack speed,
10.
the passive to farm
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fight
exactly.
everything. No, I think it's quite good. Do you now that it's 40 damage synergy? Do you change your idea on that?
No,
Do
not
you think
really. I still think it's pretty bad. I don't know why. For me, it says attack speed. Sorry, not sure what's wrong, but whatever. Probably the Czech translation is wrong then. Yeah, I still don't think this is good. I think 100 damage is way too. 100 HP is way too much for this. Like I agree with, for example, if like Void is pretty good, but otherwise I don't see it being like super good in my opinion.
Hmm. Do you think it's better than the Eye of the Visor?
Any
Uh,
item is better than that.
That's a
yeah,
joke, Synergy. Don't answer that.
yeah, it is. Um, I would like to mention that Essence Ring was removed from the game. One of my most favorite neutral items. It's pretty
Yeah.
sad to see it go. The new item, Ogre Seal
Wait, wait, wait,
Totem.
wait, wait.
Yeah, you wanna
Sorry.
say?
I'm happy to say that I'm not sad to see Fey Grenade go because I didn't really care about that item
Yeah, that item had pretty much no impact. It was super broken till they
with
fixed
Doom.
it with Doom and Earthshaker. Yes.
Cool.
The new item, Ogre Seal Totem, I really like that item actually. 12 strength and gives active Ogre Seal flop. It basically is
Free
400
initiation.
units of free pathing, goes through cliffs, goes through trees. I think one of the best items. It is tier 3, but one of the best items there is, I think, actually.
I agree. I think that we've proven time and time again, and we like sometimes in our day like forget how much the ability to change people, including yourselves, position is, and how valuable it is in Dota. And this item does that. So like every single ability, like Magnus was so powerful with his shard because he could reposition people. Pudge repositioned people low because he could reposition. Anyways, Gust was or what a Gale Force was broken in Stockholm because you could reposition. It's always been proven to be a very, very fucking massive thing because positioning is so important in the game. Yeah, I'm with you here.
And also the fact that it's a save, right? Like 12 strength with save as well. Up cliffs, damage, low, but you can also get like you get out. I think that's super important.
Counters Monkey King, destroy the
Yeah.
cheese.
Yeah,
Deals damage, low.
yeah, I
It also
really,
doesn't go on cooldown when you're hit, right? So it's a guaranteed save.
yeah. You can get stunned during the animation, but it's it.
Yeah, but does it stop then?
Yeah,
Not, right?
yeah, it does, it does.
It does, okay.
Yeah, obviously root, leashed, whatever. That
Yeah,
also
same as
works,
Force
but
Staff. Probably the same mechanics as Force Staff.
yeah.
Similar.
Yeah.
Spider legs removed, leveler removed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, pretty important items, but still like nothing super important. Havoc Hammer, on the other hand, has been back added to the game. I really like that item, to be honest. I didn't understand why they removed it. It's back now. I'm really glad that it is.
Yeah. I like that item. Super good.
Yeah. And then some
Also
changes.
looks super dope. I think that's very important that a
Yeah.
spell or item looks dope when you use it, and it definitely does.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
I agree. The Ex Machina had the reset cooldown increase to
but
350 mana, and Mirror Shield had cooldown increase of the passive return ability to 12 seconds from 8. Rather than that, not really that important. For the heroes, I know Tiger, you mentioned that the Alchemist in your eyes is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Alk 4. I like it. Could be something. I mean, probably not because Alk is way like you don't ever want to run it support or offlane ideally, but still, I think the idea is super cool. Like the acid spray reducing +1 armor is good, and also grants armor to your allies. If you fight an acid spray, like your enemies get what -8 or 9 armor, and you gain 8 or 9 armor. I think that's super good. And like off lane 4 Alk, I think that's really good. Like the +1 damage for Drivel's Greech attack is get out. Nobody cares. But still, I think it's good. Like yeah, -8 or 9 armor reduction, and while it gives it to your team and reduces your enemies, I think it's super good. Also, what's the other level 20 talent? I think that was something good as well, right? I don't really remember. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Yeah, +400 unstable concoction damage, pretty good nuke for an offlaner, or attack time when you go right click build. Then +50 chemical race regen on level 25 as an offlaner is super tanky. Just go Vanguard first, who's gonna kill you, right? Vanguard, which HP regen and health, and then you have a lot of armor, and you buy Vanguard and then one item in BKB. Who's gonna kill you as offlane Alk?
Mm-hmm. Agree. The next kinda important thing was that the sticky napalm on Batrider now deals damage on application. The AoE was reduced straight up to 375 units, and the duration was reduced to 6 seconds. But right now, I think I saw Sing testing it out with Shard. You kill full stack like Juggernaut with 3 napalm stacks or something like that. It's pretty insane. Panda axe got changed, which I think is really nice because it was super annoying, and last time I played against it on previous patch I fucking lost to a red strat. So now you get a primal companion which summons one of the companions depending on which ability on, I think it's Drunken Brawler, right? On Drunken Brawler that you have selected, either like Agi, Strength, or Intel, you summon that specific companion, including Shard, so you can summon the Void one as well. And there is like a normal brawling. I've seen it, I think, once, isn't really that good, so kind of useless. Centaur, the other big change. Armor was reduced by 3, and HP regen was increased from 0.25 to 4, which is the big changes, and then obviously new axe, so I'm gonna let you guys brag about it.
Brag? What's there to brag about? Fucking shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
Go
memeiest, stupidest thing in Dota ever. That's all I have to say about it. Get a life, don't buy Ags on Send. Get good.
your idea, Liberty, about the Centaur axe?
Don't care.
Alright.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Like I've seen it work a few times. I don't know. They can't be targeted, but they can still be killed. I think there's probably some interesting combos. OG will probably win TI with it, but yeah. Black hole, like black hole moving around through the team fight, collecting people.
I'd like to see it actually.
Does that work like that? I don't know if it would work like that.
Yeah, it does actually.
I mean, can you pull them out of black hole? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, you can.
Like if they are in the black hole, do they get pulled along with the black hole, or would they like get left behind
Oh,
if the black hole moved?
the
No,
black hole can't move. I think they either get left behind or they're still
they
stunned.
they
Or
get
they're
You
still
can't pull them
channeling
out.
from the back of the cart,
I
but
mean, if
the
you're
black hole
talking
stays
about
the same.
Enigma or what, or the one that's in the black hole, because Enigma will move, yeah, and the black hole will stay at the same spot. There are
Okay.
videos about that, but I thought you were talking about pulling someone out of the black hole.
No.
I mean,
yeah,
if you
I
want to
would.
spend 4.2k on a hero, just do that. Be my guest, but then you will get clipped.
yeah.
I hope you will get clipped.
If we are talking about pulling someone out of the black hole, if the Enigma doesn't have axe, it's pretty easy. If the Enigma does have axe, you can do that, but you need to stampede afterwards, and then at least the 4 staff to actually get out to safety to be able to pull the target out.
Yeah, sounds way too much trouble for 4.2k goal.
Yeah, just let him die.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
The new Chan Axe I wanna mention. You can get a small hand of God on each creep that you control, and you can sacrifice them globally to give one hero a hand of God, which I think which is something that I really like.
God, can you imagine the fucking micro in that though? Ugh.
Yeah.
Tab,
Yeah,
click, cast, tab, click, cast. Oh no, my hero's dead.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot to micro for sure.
Some people will fucking abuse that though.
The new clockwork,
Pochi!
the new clockwork I wanna talk about. I think that is a really big change. I think also a really good one. The new Aghanim Scepter overclocking rework, where
Actually useful ags.
yeah. I mean the previous overclocking was also pretty good, but I think right now it is pretty good as well. It doesn't reset cooldowns, so you cannot double hook shot, but you can use the rocket flare. I think like 3 or 4 times during that, because their cooldown is reduced to 3 seconds, and it also fires two additional ones. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. Hookshot gets 50% more AoE and 50% longer stun duration. And after the overclocking runs out, you get stunned for 3 seconds. Obviously, the duration of that is 13 seconds, cooldown 50. But I think the overclocking is pretty good. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I haven't played it yet, but it seems like it could be interesting. I think having like 2 sets of spells is always really good. Because you don't even have to use them right away. So you could like cast all your spells and then like run away and I don't know, like overclock. Or like overclock cast your spells, do some stuff to run away, get stunned and come back with another round. But I think this could be good too. It allows him to be like a little bit better in team fights in some ways. Like not just like an initiator and then I'm fucked kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcy. Marcy had some interesting changes.
Yes, I just came over that as well. Marseille. In my eyes, the change was interesting, and I think it's more of a buff rather than a nerf, which a lot of people think the otherwise. But right now, rebound is the stun, and
Mm-hmm.
dispose is the slow, and you have an AoE stun. It is really good. The ultimate got nerfed, overall the dispose got nerfed, the rebound got nerfed because the stun duration got nerfed overall, but I think it is pretty good now as well.
It makes her better at initiating in some
Yeah,
ways because you
yeah,
like basically jump in, you're giving the speed, and you're stunning the person, and then you're throwing someone back to your team where they're slowed. So it's kind of different, but like now you have two abilities that affect the other team. Whereas, did the rebound give a slow
yeah,
before?
it did, it did. Like
Okay.
basically they just literally changed the abilities. The only thing is that previously going for the stun, which was dispose, had lower risk because you could have rebound away. Right now, it is a higher risk because you rebound in and then you have no way how to get out of it.
Does this make her shard better?
A little bit, yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
So you can rebound in, put the autocast on the shard, and then throw them.
yeah, you can just throw a creep.
So why are we not talking about the biggest change of all this patch?
I mean, Darkseer.
Yes.
I think that the change was way too hard, and I like the shard, but we've talked about it together, Tiger, with the Mang game, and I think the shard is really good, but on the other hand, on a 3 Darkseer, it is 1400 gold investment into something that you don't really want because it is 1400 gold, and I just don't like it. Yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty much it. It's like buying the axe to have more damage on the punch elo, which lasts longer. Well, sorry, but I'm not gonna invest 4,200 gold into that. Not
It's
sure
such a
about it.
minor little buff, right? Like 150 max more damage, spawn delay, cooldown decrease. I think it's so minor. That's something that used to be shard goes to Ags. But also the fact that Axe, what used to be the Axe is in the talents now, but which on paper sounds really good, but it's really shit because the most important thing about Iron Shell that the Axe used to give you, like one of the most important thing, the first one was the max health, obviously is really good, but also the 15-second duration longer on Darkshire Axe on Iron Shell, that's so massive, and you don't have that now anymore. So that's why it's fucking garbage. Like the 30 seconds compared to 45, 45 is super good that you don't have that anymore. I think that's a major, major nerf. And I don't understand why Darkshire is getting nerfed. It's not picked at all. 119th most popular hero. I don't understand. Garbage win rate. I don't know. That's my take on it. Yeah, on paper the talents are good, but they're trash because you used to have that on Axe. Actually, worth buying. Axe is not worth it. Shard's not worth it. Used to be worth buying. Iron Shell range, cash range increased. That's the only thing that's ever better. But when does that actually matter?
Hmm.
Well, that's my opinion.
Do you wanna add on something, Liberty?
Just trying to think about where the buff is or the nerf is. Normal punch.
The nerve is
Okay.
everywhere. It's
I don't get
literally
it.
everywhere. The Axe used to give you
2 iron shell charges.
2 Iron Shell charges that gives plus 275 max health and
Oh, I see.
increased duration to 45 seconds instead of 30. Now the axe gives you the normal punch, but the talent, like the what used to be the
Then the
axe, is now
shard
the
is hot
talent.
garbage.
Yeah, and its chart is like you don't want to buy it as 3 Darkshire, but when do you ever play another position Darkshire? Like on paper, yes, shard sounds good, but you're not gonna buy it because it's not worth it.
Yeah. And the normal
I
punch
guess it helps you
overall.
farm a little bit quickly with Surge, but like
No, not really, because
kind of
you have to
awkward.
walk around, right, on
Yeah.
max movement speed, it doesn't help you because Iron Shell is how you farm.
Yeah,
I guess they
exactly.
want you to be like just basically running around a team fight, leaving a trail with an iron shell on.
And then normal punching people. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you should play it. But it changes the dynamic of the hero completely because before you used to be initiator, offlaner. Now you need to build up tank for just you so you can actually do that. Then you need to buy ags, and then you need to buy shards. So it's very
Is
complicated to
norm
actually do
is
that.
normal punch a passive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And what's the chance of it proccing?
100.
100%.
Oh, and then does it do max damage included, and then in addition to your actual attack damage?
Yeah, but it's based on the distance you move before you actually hit someone.
Yeah,
Damage.
the most important thing about the normal punch is you need to read the buffs that they've added, which is the percentage damage and the duration. And then you need to count the fact that previously, yes, it looked somewhere like nerf comparing to this version, but it cost only 1400 gold. Right now, it costs 2800 gold more. Yes,
It
it
got buff
provides.
minor.
Yeah, it got buffed like not as much as it would be OP, but for the worth of it of what it cost, yes, it doesn't give you the stats that it gives you the axe, which is 10 strength, ag, intel,
I
and
think
mana, HP, but overall it's not worth it because the buff that it received, the ability itself, is not worth 2,800 more gold.
I mean, who buys ags for the stats, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't even think about them. That's how much I buy ags for stats.
yeah. Yeah, but it is kind of small little worth mentioning to that as well because
It
shard
is, but it's
is
like
massive.
you don't buy BKB for stats either. That's the
Yeah,
same deal.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, overall, I think Darkseer is not. I mean, it is still, in my opinion, good hero, but
No.
the way how they changed the playstyle of the hero, I don't like it. The next hero I would like to talk about personally is Pangolier, because he got mana reduction on most of his spells, but importantly, Shield Crash buff now lasts only 5 seconds,
nerf.
which is a huge nerf indeed. And the other change is that a Lucky Shot now can be procced by other abilities like Swashbuckle and Shield Crash. So I think that's pretty good, and I think that's gonna push the hero again to like pseudo position 4, position 2, which I really
Didn't
like.
Swashbuckle already proc it?
No,
Swashbuckle
yeah,
did not
yeah,
proc.
like Like Swashbuckle did because it was counted as an attack. Like right now, you can proc it not just by attack but by using an ability. So
Yeah, but it only goes for like the ulti and the shield crush, right?
I don't think it counts as an for ultimate. Not sure actually.
I mean, it's an ability, right? But that's not the point. I mean, like Swashbuckle already got
Yeah,
you
used to do
applied it.
that. Yeah,
He still does.
yeah. But I like the change. The other change, which I'm not really glad to see, because right now Tiger is a witness. I, as a 5, have always laned with a PA if it wasn't banned, which right now gives 10, 15, 20, and 25 bonus lifesteal to Phantom Strike, which I personally think is pretty good. Tiger, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. It's good.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's good. One
Yeah.
thing you're missing early on, right?
Yeah. But I don't like it because right now I just have to ban PA because otherwise I'm laning with PA every single game.
I mean, but that's because people suck. Like we all suck at Dota, but like people picking PA suck even worse.
Yeah,
Going Battle Fury when they get clapped in lane. Good idea.
exactly. Then Primal Beast got changes. I think the one worth mentioning is Aghanim Scepter, which I've tested, deals fuck ton of damage, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, the new shard, which is the rock, now throws additional 3 behind the first one that lands.
It's
No,
interesting that they added him to captain's mode and reworked the scepter at the same time.
yeah, but
He's just so shit that they weren't worried.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I think
exactly,
that's the case.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, like the axe is pretty fucking good. Like I'm not even kidding. Like the axe damage, it is so fucking huge, but I'm not worried about it at all, to be honest.
No, it doesn't matter because we all know the best offlaner in the game right now.
Yeah.
Tide, no question about it.
Exactly. You can go on tight if you want to. I
I
don't
mean,
think
Kraken
there's.
Shell damage increase, shard rework, like actually having a low cooldown stun, 20-second cooldown stun, 50% damage of the Ravage and stun. What's Ravage just like point something second stun, right? I think Tide already used to be good, but it got better because the shard that was previously there, super underwhelming. This shard actually useful for little skirmishes, not having to use Ravage, and then dealing damage as well on low cooldown. Kraken Shell increase because that's one of the strongest spells on him, right? And then, yeah, the talents got switched up a bit, but they made it better. Like threshold plus
So good.
50, yeah, but plus 50 anchor smash damage on level 10. It's a plus 175 without, plus 225 at level 10. Super good. You max that shit.
Shard is broken.
Yeah, the shard is broken, and then the talent on level 10 is amazing. And then like level 20 talent, yeah, okay, -4 gush armor used to be really good in combination with the axe. The axe is still super good on axe or on tide in my opinion. But also anchor smash effects building, super good in my opinion. I think tide right now is definitely top tier offlaner. Also the level 20 talent is plus 40 Kraken Shell damage block or anchor smash effects buildings. Both are amazing. Like really good. In the ravage stun is what 2 seconds, so the charge stuns for 1 second, and it deals 100 damage, 150 or 200 damage. So I think it's AoE as well, right? So it's super good in my opinion. It's 75 range of the ravage, so I think it's super good. Hard stun, yeah,
No more
keep
Lion
good.
5 is saying, haha, mini Ravage with my Earth Spike. There's a
Yeah,
real mini Ravage now.
yeah, exactly. And
I
it's
like the
even better. That
theme of
it's
this as
even
well.
yeah, but that's also really good.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool. Like it kind of goes with his kit, but like really well, you know,
Yeah, but it also fixes the problems that he had, right?
which is only
Because
useful once every 2 minutes.
no, well, he has only AoE lockdown everyone once every 2 minutes. Now you can just blink in and use your shard, stun someone, and your team can follow up,
Or
and then you
bait
still have the
BKBs.
Ravage. And you don't mind blinking in because you're tied, right? You get purged, you get damage blocked. It's really good. How can you actually hard lock down a tide with except for Doom or Static Storm?
Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Shadow Demon change, Lost Soul
Yay!
Catcher, and has been added the Disseminate. What do you guys think? I personally think it is a good ability, but I don't think it's as good as Soul Catcher.
I think the hero is really good right now.
I think it's better than Soul Catch.
I think it's good, but I think it's also just good because like the hero in the meta, like being a bit slower. I think the save is really good. The purge is really good. I just think it's a good hero. I can't play it though. I'm just hot garbage at it, but I think it's a really good hero.
I know, Liberty, you probably want to talk about Snapfire, right, with the new shard.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it was already good before. I think it'll be played a decent amount. I think it allows you to. I think one of the like, biggest things when you're playing a support, like I like it as a support, is the ability to like push out waves. And before you'd have to use like with snap, and even if you had the shard, you'd kind of like blast it with your Q, and then you still have to cookie to clear the wave really quickly. Now, like that one spell, cookie clears the wave. Quite nice. Allows you to be more efficient and have spells off cooldown.
Other change that I really like is on Tinkerer, which is that if you get stunned or like cancelled in any way during rearm, the rearm goes on cooldown for 8, 7, and 6 seconds, which I really like, and I think is really good and really important that they've added this. We can talk about the Veno shard. I think it is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I really like the fact that if you try to dispel it, you get stunned for 2 seconds.
I think right now it's bugged though. It doesn't apply when you debuff it. It doesn't apply. I think it's bugged. Like we played with it once, and I saw like the Vano using Shard, and then the guy that he used it on got Lotus Orb and didn't get stunned. I think it's bugged. I'm not 100% sure, but it might. I think it is. But it should get fixed, right?
Yeah, it's probably gonna get fixed. Otherwise, I think it's a very good chart. I think it might push the Veno. I've tried it on 4. I've talked about it in my eyes. Probably not really good, but on 3, I think it is very nice addition. The Witch Doctor, I was kind of interested in the Voodoo Restoration. I've tried the skill build we've talked about with Tiger, which is going 2-1-2, and then I was maxing out the Voodoo Restoration to go essentially into 2-4-2 build. And I found it pretty interesting and I think pretty good. But I kind of agree with what we've talked about, Tiger, that probably it's not as good as just overall just the Maledict and the Cask.
No.
But
Maledict is one of the best spells in the game.
yeah.
Straight up.
But
I also think
overall,
Coconut, like you have to max it, right? Because you can hard lock some 2 heroes.
yeah, exactly.
It's not worth prioritizing Voodoo Restoration. I mean, it's a nice change because Voodoo Restoration was the most used spell in all of Dota.
Exactly.
Now it actually has a purpose. To
Yeah.
value point, at least.
Yeah.
Coconut is 8 seconds of stun if you get all the bounces.
Yeah, but you can hard lock down 2 heroes for 4 seconds with it,
Yeah.
right?
It's
It's
really good.
really, it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, but overall a nice change. And then the last thing I want to mention is the Zeus with Heavenly Jump got increased cooldown from 25, 20, 15, 10 to 26, 22, 18, and 14. On the other hand, he got a level 15 talent and level 10 talent to focus on a Heavenly Jump, where on level 10 you get minus 4 seconds on a Heavenly Jump, which means it's basically the same. Alright, so that would be it. That would be our take on the patch, guys. Thank you very much for watching the episode 6. I would like to thank, as usual, to Mr. Tiger and Mr. Liberty to be and bear with me today.
Hello.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And
Time to play some Dota.
yeah,
Give me money.
We
Thank
have a tradition, so
A tradition.
we lose some MMR directly after the podcast every single time.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked it. And we will see you together in
Thumb up
the
on YouTube.
next
Yes.
episode. Good night, guys.